U of L men's basketball season is over, and everyone around Louisville this morning is talking about the future of head basketball coach Kenny Payne and what is next for the program. We welcome in WDRB's Eric Crawford this morning. All right, Eric, my friend, I'm going to put you on the hot seat.
That's what this is.
That's what this is. You just walked into the studio. You didn't know that we were putting you on the hot seat.
Where do I turn it down?
Well, you can't.
It's not as hot as Kenny Payne's seat.
All right, well, yeah, I bet you're right on that. So let's get right to it. Will Kenny Payne be fired today as U of L's men's basketball coach?
I believe so. That's what we're told. Our sources that, as of late last night, they said within the next 24 hours, which means pretty soon. The team gets back at about 10:30 this morning. I'm not sure what the timeline is, but we expect a word to come out about a press conference this morning and then an official announcement, this afternoon sometime.
So you believe that that's what they're waiting on the team to get back in the city of Louisville?
How these things work, I don't know. I know that Josh Heird and Kenny Payne spoke briefly after the last home game on Saturday. I don't know what that conversation was, but apparently there needs another conversation to be had at this point, so that's what we're waiting for.
Okay, well, the Cards were one and done in the ACC Tournament. Let's hear from Coach Payne. This is what he said yesterday when we asked him whether he should be back next year. Listen.
When I walked into the program as the new head coach, I talked about I needed everybody on the same page. We sort of forgot that. I talked about how I'm not going to let you blame me. I'm not standing up here by myself. I need all of Louisville with me. We sort of forgot that. I talked about it's going to take time, and I'm going to watch and see who jumped on and off the Titanic. We sort of forgot that.
Okay, with that, Eric, the fans, they can't win ball games. He is the head coach. So Payne is 12-52 in his 2 seasons in Louisville. We knew it was a tall task for him to win. He knew it was a tall task. Do you think it's all his fault?
Well, in the end, when you're in his job, you are standing up there alone. You are going to take the blame, and that's part of what it is to be a head coach. There are a lot of factors that went in. A lot of things went wrong for Kenny Payne. A lot of friends he thought he could count on, I think, around the world of basketball for recruiting and other things. Probably he couldn't count on as much as he thought. He still recruited well. These are good players that he has in here now, but what they really failed to do was just win winnable games. They lost games that they had no business losing. App State, Kentucky Wesleyan, the losses in the exhibition to Division II teams. That was his problem. If they win the games that they just had a chance to win, it'd be a lot different conversation today.
Okay, well, let's say that Payne is fired today when they get back to Louisville. How much will the school have to pay him? Because we've seen the Yum Center. It's not like they're generating a lot of revenue through the basketball program. They've had to fire a football coach a few years ago, and it's not like they have an excess just treasure trove of cash.
No, well, and they're going to have to pay him. His buyout is $8 million.
Gotcha.
So that's what they have to pay. If it waits till April 1st, it goes down $2 million. They could structure the dismissal some way. We'll see what that is. We'll see
do you expect Kenny Payne to help out in the financial situation, or is he going to play hardball on this deal and say, look, we had a deal, give me the money?
Yeah, there's no reason to help out. Maybe he will, but if somebody owes you $2 million, I don't know. That's a lot of help.
Yeah, I didn't know if he
could do whatever. But,
gotcha. Maybe structure it out over a number of years.
Well, they will do that. They can pay. They do in increments. They did that with Chris Mack. They did it with Bobby Petrino. This would be, if they pay an $8 million buyout, it would be 14-point-something million in compensation that he's had for 2 years.
All right, Eric, who do you think the Cards should try to hire? And who do you think would actually take the U of L job? You can offer it to a lot of people.
That's two different questions.
We hear a lot of names, but who would take this job?
Well, we believe they're making a major offer to Scott Drew, who's the coach at Baylor, won a national championship in 21, to make him one of the probably 3 or 4 highest paid coaches in college basketball, along with a package of NIL money that he can use. The school doesn't provide that. That's outside. He's target one, and I think until he decides, am I interested, not interested, that's where it stays. We've also heard there's been contact with Dusty May, who took Florida Atlantic to the Final Four, but that's a whole lot different thing. That's a younger coach who's just now coming up, and a lot different than a championship name like Drew. Other than that, the field opens up a lot, and you got Shirts at Indiana State, whose name has come up. Mick Cronin has a big buyout at UCLA, is another name that's come up. assuming they don't get Drew, it's going to be a wide field, and really I don't know that there's a presumptive favorite right now.
Who do you think should take the job?
Who do I think should take the job? If I were hiring, I would call Bruce Pearl, but that's me. I think he's perfect. I don't even know if he's interested, and it's maybe too expensive from that standpoint. I still think, I don't know what the buyout situation is with Mick Cronin at UCLA, his connections to the school and to the area. I think he would be a natural choice, but again, we don't know financially if that's something he can do. Dusty May would be a great choice here. The only question is, would he be interested in going to Indiana when that job opens up? He's a student manager there. So I really think Louisville needs somebody that wants to be a part of the public part of this job, wants to be involved in fans and be in front of the public a lot of communication. That's going to be important.
All right, Eric Crawford, thank you so much for your time. You have a long day ahead. I know you will be monitoring this minute by minute, and you can follow him on social media, also on our website. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you. I was in traffic. I didn't watch Mike before I got ready to come in here.
Well, you need to watch our show, Eric.
There we go.
You
I
also
didn't
need to download the WDRB
didn't turn
weather
the TV
app.
on. Yeah.
All right. Chris, Amanda.